fine. He's been doing some
out of print version 2001.
To see very much of each other these days.
MGM out of print.
I'm sure to give him my regards.
Yes, of course.
I don't play the blue 4K disc anymore because I don't like what the Nolan version has done with slightly cropping the image on the frame, and I just can't stand that.
Dr. Floyd, I hope you don't think I'm being
Though this has got a bit of edge enhancement on it, because you can zoom in there, see a little bit of edge enhancement there, but yeah, I can get past that. But I'm playing it back in 5-screen matrix, just using the DSU4s. There is a matrix version that you could use on the stormaudio under whether it be DSU or DSU Lc Rc. The Auro 3D is absolutely atrocious, so I don't use that one because it's got an atrocious matrix on it.
There's another thing, Haywood. 2 days ago, one of our rocket buses was denied permission for emergency landing at Clavius.
Well, that does sound odd.
Yes. I'm afraid there's going to be a bit of a row about it. Denying the men permission to land is a direct violation of the IAS convention.
Yes, of course. Will the crew get back all right?
Yes, fortunately they did.
Oh, I'm glad about that.
Dr. Floyd, at the risk of pressing you on a point you seem reticent to discuss, may I ask you a straightforward question?
Well, certainly.
Go on the stormaudio.
We've had some very reliable intelligence reports that quite a serious epidemic has broken out at Clavius. Something apparently of an unknown
speakers.
This is in fact what has happened.
That's one of the theatre modes I'm using. I've got several theatre modes. Theatre mode for Dolby Atmos where you can use the 5-screen. So I've applied this theatre mode so the surrounds are all duplicated around here, which is down on this side here, and they're just duplicated so that the same signal goes along the array surround array.
Now, are you sure you won't change your mind about that drink?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Yeah, nicely where it's positioned with the dialogue on the scene, and in this ambient scene in the movie.
Lena, how nice to see you.
Hey, Wood, wonderful surprise to meet you here.
You're looking wonderful.
Thank you. You're looking well too. This is my good friend, Dr. Haywood Floyd. I'd like you to meet Dr. Kalinin.
How do you do?
Dr. Sretniver.
How do you do?
How do you do? And this is Dr. Andrei Smyslov.
Oh, how do you do? I've heard a lot about you.
To sit down.
Yes, well,
No, please.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like a drink, Doctor?
Oh, no, thank you. As a matter of fact, I haven't had breakfast yet. Someone's meeting me in the restaurant. No, if you don't mind, I'll just sit with you a few minutes.
You can't really hear it, the dialogue panning much here in the video.
Well, how is Gregor?
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, I can hear
some underwater research
the shifts in the
I'm afraid we don't get a chance to see
the
very much
dialogue
of each other
pans
these
or the
days.
directional dialogue.
When you do see him, be sure to give him my regards. Huh?
Yes, of course.
And he's more centered.
Up or down?
We're going home.
The other performers occasionally,
just
to where they're located.
The new
And then when it goes into closer shots, sometimes with
I'm just on my way up to Clavius.
the way the positions of the actors are located in the frame, and then they just position dialogue there to sort of create a sort of realism, rather than just having dialogue in the centre all the time, where it sounds like.
Afraid I don't know what you mean.
Well, that's not how we hear sound, really, more or less. But there's still the 5-screen sound is,
or
the 5-screen spread is a little bit limited. It needs to be updated because it's a little bit outdated since it's come around during the late 50s with Todd A.O.
Probably having some trouble with their equipment or something like that.
Yes, that's what we thought was the explanation at first, but it's been going on now for the past 10 days.
You mean you haven't been able to contact anyone for the past 10 days?
That's right.
Oh, I see.
His voice
There's
is
another
panned
thing,
over
Harold.
slightly, and
2 days ago, one of
her
our rocket
voice
buses was
is
denied
shifted
permission for
over a
emergency
little bit
landing at
over to the
Clavius.
near to the right,
That does sound
to the
odd.
left centre.
Yes, I'm afraid there's
And
no
his
fair
voice
bit
is
of a
more
round about it.
centred. His
Denying
voice
the
is
men
more
permission
round
to land is a
centred.
direct violation of the IAS convention.
Yes, of
And
course.
his voice is a bit more over
Will the
to
crew
the
get back all right?
Yes,
right
fortunately they
centre.
did.
Oh, I'm glad about that.
Dr. Floyd, at the risk of pressing you on a point you seem reticent to discuss, may I ask you a straightforward question?
Well, certainly.
And you get
Quite frankly,
directional
we've had some very
footsteps as
reliable
well. You get
intelligence
directional
reports that
foley.
quite a serious epidemic has broken out into Clavius. Something apparently of an unknown origin. This is in fact what has happened.
I think seeing it this size is probably about as close to Cinerama I'll probably get. Well, Cinerama's slightly curved screen in it, so
I'm really not at liberty to discuss this.
even though I've seen a Cinerama curved screen that was downtown, it's still intact. I think still there. It's
But this epidemic could
unquestionably.
our base. We should be given all the facts.
It's what's going to happen to the old cinema complex? Is it going to get developed into flats? Is it just going to get aborted and just another project
change your mind about that
planner comes along and it doesn't get
Well, I hope that you and your
green
wife
lighted,
can
it just
come to the IAC
stays
conference in June.
Well, we're going to try.
derelict.
If you do,
At least it's accommodating the pigeons and the birds. That's a nice thing. So
But if we can, we will.
it's got to
Don't
preserve
forget, you got a standing
nature.
invitation if you ever get to the States.
No, of course not. Grigori and I will look forward to
And
seeing
her
you.
voice is over there. And
Well, goodbye, Elena. It's been a pleasure meeting you all. Dr. Shmislov?
Whatever the reasons for your visit to Clavius, Dr. Floyd, the
voice
very
is
best of
panned
luck to
over
you.
slightly.
Thank you.
His voice is
Ladies.
panned over slightly. Sputnik. And what's that?